Let's talk about dysfunctional breathing and air hunger. So with these two things, they're one and the same, but usually when you're under stress, your breathing pattern is going to change in that response to stress. And stress can be from a lot of different things, physically, emotionally, spiritually, socially, like occupationally. We get stressed for a lot of different reasons, whether it's perceived or real. So it can sometimes not even be a real threat, but we're stressed about it, and therefore our breathing changes. So it's going to be too quick, the volume goes up, too fast, too quick. So that's the pace. Then the pattern might change. You might not be breathing using the respiratory diaphragm, but you're using more of these accessory breathing muscles and taking these big deep breaths, trying to get a lot of oxygen in order to prepare to fight, flight, or freeze. So you want to use that sympathetic nervous system response. This is a natural process. What's not natural is to get stuck in this. We should be able to calm down after the situation's fizzled out. We should be able to recover. But for people who can't come down and they continue to be in this dysfunctional breathing pattern, they can get stuck in this loop, this anxiety cycle where they have these dysfunctional breathing patterns. They're over breathing, which can create a lot of different symptoms in the body: headaches, tingling in the hands, heart palpitations, dizziness, tightness in the belly, tightness in the chest. It can create a lot of blurred vision, these types of somatic types of feelings, because you're breathing very subpar. You're breathing in a way that you would need to breathe if you were under attack or being chased by a tiger, as they say. If you're breathing like that and you get stuck in that, then you start to have these unusual symptoms, and then you start to have anxiety about the unusual symptoms. And then that anxiety will perpetuate, it'll continue to make you breathe in a dysfunctional pattern. So you see how there's this like cycle of dysfunctional breathing pattern happens, and how it kind of stays with the body or becomes more chronic is then we start to have these symptoms because we've been doing it for so long. And then those symptoms will have anxiety about those symptoms. Like, what's this? Where is this coming from? Oh my gosh. I felt I'm dying. I have to go to the hospital and make sure I'm not dying, which I'm glad I did in some ways. It was nice to have that reassurance that my lungs and my heart, everything was okay. So I'm not against that. But then that anxiety about those symptoms perpetuated the disordered breathing. So what can we do? We can start to send signals of safety to our body. And this is through practice. This is not Googling, not trying to find the next quick fix, not trying to find, symptoms and diseases that might be connected to what you have, but it's to practice being calm on a regular basis. When was the last time you felt peaceful and you felt calm and connected and you were really present? And so that's why I use somatic movement based practices. So that's going to be like yoga and Pilates, breathwork, meditation. These are going to help to slow down our thoughts that are all over the place, slow down the tendency to have fear and be anxious and overwhelmed and hopeless about this breathing pattern and the symptoms we're experiencing, and starting to slow down and connect with that parasympathetic nervous system state. We also do this through proper breathing biomechanics, because that's really important as well. I want to make sure you're using the right muscles, that you're breathing in a way that is calming, not stimulating to the nervous system. And we do this daily. We show up for ourselves with even just 10 minutes a day is a really great place to start. Doing mindful breath work, mindful movement, where you're practicing what it feels like to be peaceful. And you're getting that parasympathetic response a little bit more strong. That's a muscle. So it's not really a muscle, but it's this mindfulness muscle that you're using to get that parasympathetic nervous system state activated. And the more you practice, the easier it is to self-soothe, to calm, to redirect some of your thoughts, to practice that mindfulness in the moment where you're not being overwhelmed by fear and anxiety. Here, come say hi to Bowie. This is my anxiety dog. But anyways, I hope this talk was helpful for you, and I just wanted to jump on here and talk a little bit more about dysfunctional breathing, about breathing pattern disorder, kind of getting stuck in that cycle, understanding that it is a natural response to breathe a little dysregular and upregulate it when you are stressed. So really looking at your overall well-being and how can we create more peace on a regular basis through what we practice, through who we surround ourselves with, through what we think. There's a lot of radical responsibility here I want you to take, because you're a part of the problem, but you can also be a part of the solution when we're overcoming breathing pattern disorder and chronic kind of anxiety and getting stuck in this pattern. So I want you to have a lot of hope after watching this. Hopefully you are inspired to practice breath work, meditation, maybe get on a call and connect with me. This is what I do. I coach people. I have a 60-day private coaching program where I help people kind of step into this type of work in a safe and guided way. So if you're interested in working with me, you can find the link in the description, and you can do a 30-minute free coaching call to make sure it's a good fit for both you and me. And thank you for being here. Breathe well.
Welcome to Breathe Well Coaching. We're here to help you connect within from the comfort of your own home, to help you overcome stress and anxiety through guided breath work, mindful meditation, and somatic movement practices like yoga and Pilates. You can also partner with one of our certified health and wellness coaches so that you can make positive, lasting, and sustainable changes in your health and well-being. For more details, check out breathewellcoaching.com.